asking important people questions as the camera moves closer to their face. What advice would you give to your teenage self?
I didn't find being a teenager very easy at all, actually. And I wasn't very good at talking about my feelings and my uncertainties. And I just sort of got my head down and carried on with studying and didn't really think about the wider world. So I think I'd try and advise my teenage self to step back a bit and look about what I was doing within the wider world and recognise all the exciting opportunities there are out there, and to not worry, because actually there'd be lots and lots of things that would be okay in my life in the future.
What motivates you in work or in life?
Seeing evidence that I'm making a difference. And it doesn't have to be in terms of the traditional indicators, but just one student kind of saying, oh, I get it. Or one student saying, I agree with you, Stacey, I am good enough. I don't have to be perfect.
Is there a woman in your life who's inspired you in some way, and can you talk about that?
It would be very remiss if I didn't mention my wife, who has had to put up with a lot. I can be a handful, and some of the things that I've been through over the last 10, 15 years that she's supported me with, I think she has tremendous strength. I think she also doesn't necessarily see herself as a role model, and sometimes undervalues what she does, and definitely suffers from imposter syndrome.
What keeps you motivated?
I always want to make change. I'm really interested in women and development issues, especially growing up in, Ghana, where I grew up in. It's not a massively poor country that you see on TV, but there are still some issues, and, women do suffer around the world. Even if I can make a little change, that's the most helpful thing. When I was in high school, my principal, when I got really good grades, people used to tell me, oh, we didn't expect you to get this far. And I guess just, kind of continuing to prove them wrong just really helps me, because I knew that I could do it. I just want to make other people see that I can too.
How does being a parent impact the way you think and feel about something like gender equality?
So I'm very acutely aware of potential differences in raising a daughter to raising a son, so I try really hard not to distinguish between them because of gender at all, but to pay a lot of attention to their character, their kind of personal likes and dislikes, and just to forget that one of my offspring is a girl and one of my offspring is a boy. And I'm super proud of both of them, because I think neither of them have ever been so far defined by gender, but more defined by what they're comfortable with. That's how I want them to grow up. That's the kind of mother I want to be. Kind of do it, just go, smash it, out of the ballpark, try it.
I'm a big believer, in inclusion that is transformational. So, it's not just about inclusion as in, do we have the right color of people and the right mix of genders, but are we accepting, and really accepting, I don't just mean tolerating, but accepting that difference is what we are, right? So this whole idea that difference is a problem to be solved and that we need to tolerate difference. Don't believe in any of that nonsense, right? And so I think part of what motivates me is getting people to see that and seeing indicators that they see that, we should be chasing and seeking difference in teams, difference in organizations. People in this sector, this university, the schools that I'm working with across the University of Nottingham are beginning to understand that difference is it. Difference is the thing that actually should be seeking.